Hey, Shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kwakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. So when they give a double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth, when they give a peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of the earth, who teach this truth for the rest of life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord, the video is edifying. Only I can get something from this video. Let me get a couple of precepts here in Ezekiel 28. I'm just basically going into this modern day Babylon, right? This modern day Egypt, aka America, right? Now, if you pay attention to the news, you pay attention to what's going on, you see that, and like we always bring out in every video, you see prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. You see things that that we were told to look for, right? You know, before the downfall of this place, of this society. You know what I mean? And the apostles of Great Millstone, on down, has been warning, the world really, but especially America, in America and across the four corners of the earth, what's to come. Because right now, right, the Lord speaks to his men, okay? The Lord always, he spoke to his men, he spoke to his prophets, man, okay? Let me grab that real quick. This is Second Esdras 15:1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." And this is what's to come, right? But my point was in one, right? The Lord speaks through the mouth of his prophets, man, okay? And it's to give the warning. So therefore, there's no excuse. There's no excuse on, why you didn't hear or why you didn't get yourself right. Because you got Jake that heard the truth, that heard the knowledge, got the understanding, that turned their back or just threw it to the wayside like it wasn't valuable to your life. Okay? And all that has a price. Okay, this is Ezekiel 28. And I'm gonna go to 17. Okay. Now, before I read into this, when you look up, and I made a video on this a couple months back, breaking this down, but when you go into the history of Tyrus, right, in the land of Tyre, when you go into the history of that, right, you come to find out that it was a city that was known for like the color, like the purple, right, producing the color purple that came from certain seashells, and I believe that they produced glass as well, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so it wasn't a place that that didn't have production. You know what I mean? When you go into the history of this place, you find out that Nebuchadnezzar II sieged it. Then after that, Alexander the freak, sieged it, and then it ended up, just being like I wouldn't say a wasteland, but it just, it ain't really like how it was, back then. Okay, but it didn't ultimately get destroyed. Okay, this is Ezekiel 28:17. It says, "Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. It shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all them that behold thee." Now, again, when you go into the history of that place, there wasn't a fire there, okay? It wasn't, it's not documented in history, okay? And if, somebody could find where a fire had happened in that land, right, then please correct me, but the history I did, wasn't no fire that happened in that land. You see that, it got sieged a couple times, but it really wasn't a fire in that land. So what land is this talking about? Okay, I'm going to run the second part back. It says, "Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. It shall devour thee." Okay, that land isn't completely devoured, right? It says, "And I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth." Okay, it says, "In the sight of all them that behold thee." Okay, it says, Let me go down. Let me jump down to 24. And there shall be no more a pricking briar unto the house of Israel, nor any grieving thorn of all that are round about them that despise them, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, thy power. Okay. Now, when you look into it, right, and you look at, who despised us, who hated us, right, who who did us wrong, right, who put us into captivity. All the nations had a hand in our captivity, but America specifically, was the worst captivity for Jake. And one of the reasons why it is the worst is because Jake don't even know who they are. They completely stripped our identity away. And then when you look into when they had us when they had the Southern Kingdom in hard bondage, look into the things that they were doing, man. They were doing all kind of shit. They were experimenting on us, man. Okay, right before the Southern Kingdom got over here, look what they were doing to the Northern Kingdom, man. Okay, when those conquistadors came down from Spain, and did what they did to Issachar, man. Okay, right, Gad. Okay, look at what the English Edomite then did to Jake, man, to the Southern Kingdom. Okay, come on, man. It's just like, and then guess what? When you go into like the different, like the slave trade and all that, and the boat and the ships and all that, you've come to find out that a lot of nations had their hand and they profited off of the backs of Jake, and they've been profiting off the backs of Jake. Since we've been in captivity, all these nations have been profiting off Jake, whether they had us in captivity, whether they came over here and set up stores and, we was their incentive. You know what I mean? Like, you set up you give poison out where Jake is at. These heathens set up where Jake is at and profit off Jake. Like, we're just complete. And guess what? When those heathen come over here, some of those heathen know who we are, man. But guess what? They still show their hatred towards Jake. They still show their hatred towards you. And then we supposed to love everybody, right? We ain't supposed to teach and preach this, right? We're preaching hate all of a sudden, right? Get the fuck out of here, man. We ain't did nothing to nobody. Okay? Let me run it back. It says, and there shall be no more a pricking briar unto the house of Israel, nor any grieving thorn of all that are round about them that despise them, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, their power. Okay? It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom, from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob. Okay, which goes to show you, that we're scattered across the four corners of the earth, and the true biblical Israelites are not in the land right now. One of the curses is that we'll be spread across the four corners of the earth, right? And in captivity, and held captive under these nations, I should say. Okay, this is 26. It says, and they shall dwell safely therein, and shall build houses, okay, and plant vineyards. Yeah, they shall dwell with confidence. Do we have confidence right now? No, we don't. Okay? We worry all the day long. Okay? It says, when I have executed judgment upon all those that despise them round about them. Okay? Which are the heathen. Okay? It says, and they shall know that I'm the Lord Yahweh, their power. Now, let me go here, man, to back that up. This is Baruch 4 and 24. It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, right? The heathen have seen our captivity. They've had a hand in our captivity. They profited off of off of us being in captivity. It says, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. Okay? It says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from it's like, let me run that back. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and tread upon his neck. Okay? So what? This came from the Lord. Why? Because we went off. Okay? But guess what? Shortly, thou shalt see his destruction, or we're going to see the enemy's destruction. We're going to see the nations. We're going to see their destruction. And it says what? And shall tread upon his neck. Okay? And our main enemy, the top enemy right now is Esau. Okay? Esau. And then the rest of the heathen, man. Okay? It says, my delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Okay? So we coming into a time where it's like, you know, it's either you're going to get right, is you're going to get on board, or you're not. Right? And if you don't, then you're going to, there's no hope for you in the times to come. Because like I said, it's news, it's articles everywhere. It's news popping up. Brothers posting this in the chat, this in the chat, and this in the chat. Making videos about, it's a lot of information being brought out, man. Okay? It's a lot of information being brought out. How can you sit here and look at this place as if it's going to get through what the fuck it got coming towards it? Right? You putting your trust in Egypt, but Egypt is going to be a shame. Okay? Jake that put their trust in Egypt, Egypt will be your shame. Okay? Egypt will, you know, be your trust in Egypt will lead to your demise, man. Okay? So with that, man, loading videos, edifying, lonely, I can got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. I want to tell you, brothers, to keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.